wow, I didn't even see you guys there. Well, this is Chris Gault, Healthy Living with Chris Gault, and you know what? We are on week 10 of our vegan diet, and just stay tuned. All right, we're week 10, like I mentioned, and going strong in our plant-based vegan diet, feeling good, and we're still socially distancing, so we got our masks. And Robin, you got anything to say?
No, just feeling good out here today.
Yep. All right, so this is how neighbors now have to celebrate birthdays, I guess, during the coronavirus pandemic. Since we do have rooftop decks, one of our neighbors back there, and I'm going to show you a little closer, has a birthday, and so we're all up here having a drink, right?
Right.
All right. So you can see they're a little bit far away, but that way we're making sure we're socially distancing ourselves, but we're still having a good time up here. So up on the rooftop, you can see that beautiful sunset going on over the ocean. And this is why we moved here. And I think, this is why you got to do what you love, because that's what life's about. You gotta enjoy it. And I'm telling you, I'm really enjoying being out here in San Diego County on my rooftop deck looking at that beautiful sunset. And it's just another beautiful night. It's a little cloudy, as you can see, but those clouds actually make the sunset look even better. All right, so obviously being vegan means you have to eat vegan. And well, my wife has come up with this idea to make a ham out of tofu. And I'm not sure how that's gonna go, because I never liked ham and I never liked tofu. So we'll see how this works. Hopefully the two negatives together create a positive and I end up liking it, but I'm going in with an open mind. So what's with this creation, Robin?
Well, I don't know. My nephew told me about it. He's the one that, turned us on to plant-based. And he had this for his Easter dinner. And I personally haven't eaten ham in probably over 40 years. So we'll see.
Yeah, and it's interesting because your nephew's Jewish and he had his Easter dinner.
Right. So here is the tofu right here. 2 blocks of it I have being pressed. And I started this afternoon, and now I'm getting ready to slice it like a steak, and then I'm going to put it in the oven and bake it for a while, and in the meantime I'm going to make a glaze for it.
All right, we'll show you how it goes. So this is the tofu. Now that we're taking the stuff out, those, by the way, it might sound weird, but those are Go macro bars in those boxes over there. One of our favorite bars that are organic and vegan and very healthy. And that's the tofu. Doesn't look like ham yet. So we'll show you as we go. So I guess you're slicing the tofu.
Yeah.
So that's how you slice it, kind of long ways like that? So it's like pieces of ham?
Yeah, right.
Okay.
So I'm scoring it right now. It says to go pretty deep, but don't cut all the way through. So, because we're going to put a glaze on it, like a honey ham glaze. And I guess, this allows the glaze to get in there.
Sounds good to me. So you do it diagonal one way and then diagonal the other?
Yeah.
So you're kind of crisscrossing, it kind of looks like, I guess, what you do with the normal ham, I guess.
Right.
All right, looking good. So what are you doing?
I'm sprinkling them with salt and pepper.
Oh, okay, salt and pepper, huh? So now you scored them all, or what do you call it?
Yeah, I scored them.
Okay, you scored them.
I'm waiting for the oven to heat up. I'll put them in for a total of 30 minutes, flipping halfway. And while I'm doing that, I'm gonna make the glaze. It's like a honey maple glaze or something.
Oh, okay, sounds good. So you're flipping it now and you're gonna sprinkle.
Yeah.
All right, so you're gonna roast some of these carrots too, these rainbow carrots.
Yeah, so I'm putting a little oil in there. We only have avocado oil.
A little bit of avocado oil.
Yeah,
And
put
the
salt, pepper, garlic powder.
Salt, pepper, and garlic powder. And then you're gonna roast them, huh?
Yeah.
All right, that'll be a nice side dish. So one of the reasons why I like rainbow carrots as opposed to regular carrots is, you know, whenever you see vegetables that have different colors, it means that there's different vitamins and minerals with them, which makes different coloring. So when you have different color of the carrots, you're getting different mix of nutrients. And it's always good to get different mix of nutrients because, you know, the body needs a lot of different types of nutrients. So that's why we're doing this. And we're gonna roast these puppies. All right, so the carrots are all placed out, and then this is good. We're gonna cook this in our toaster oven over there, and that way that frees up our oven to cook up the tofu. That's what we're gonna put in there. So this is ready to go in.
We're gonna put them in the oven now, toast oven, and the recipe said, I'm pretty sure it said like at least 30 minutes at
So,
400.
30 minutes at 400. Wow. Okay, that's really gonna roast them.
Yeah.
All right. And now you got the tofu. You gotta do something
Yeah,
with.
we're about to put this in the oven.
So you
Yeah,
bake them. You bake them before you put the glaze on, right?
Yeah, and unfortunately I didn't cut them evenly, so they're not gonna bake evenly. We'll see what happens.
I'm sure it'll be close enough, right?
Yeah.
All right, so now when that is baking, those things are baking, the tofu and the carrots, we're gonna be making the glaze. So that's what Robin's doing right now. So you're putting a cup of maple syrup,
Yeah, which is this whole bottle.
which is the whole bottle. I guess you could have just dumped it in.
Yeah.
And when we get maple syrup, we make sure that we get one that doesn't have any added sugar to it. It's 100% pure organic maple syrup, and we make sure that we don't get one that has a bunch of added junk in it. So you might want to make sure that you get that when you get yours. Put a little bit of barbecue sauce in there.
Yeah.
So you're just gonna squirt it in, just some of it. You think about maybe around a half a cup-ish.
Yeah.
So we're putting in about a half a cup of barbecue sauce. Obviously, you can put in whatever you want. Some of the recipes call for Dijon mustard and brown sugar. And if you did it that way, it would be what, like a cup of brown sugar?
I think it was, it is, yeah, no, it's a quarter cup, but we're doubling it, so a half a cup.
A half a cup of brown sugar and
2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard.
right. So instead of that, we're putting in this barbecue sauce. And one of the reasons why we're doing that is because we don't want to put so much sugar in this thing, you know, because we like to keep our sugar intake down. There is sugar in the barbecue sauce, and so, you know, we're getting it from there, but we're not getting as much as we would if we just put, you know, all that brown sugar in there. All right, I'm gonna throw in a little bit of cinnamon. I'm just gonna sprinkle a little bit in. So.
And I'm gonna put some salt and pepper in.
Salt and pepper. So again, you know, you could make your own glaze, but this is what we're doing. You can follow along and make it. You know, when some of this stuff, you know, is like what you really like, and so there's, you know, when you put a sprinkle or a dash of this, sometimes you put it in, and then you see what it tastes like, and then you can always change it up, the spices up a little bit. But you know, a lot of that has to do with your personal taste. So you're just giving that a twirl.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to reduce it a little bit.
Okay, so it gets a little thick.
Yeah.
Yeah. A little bit, still boiling a little bit, so we're reducing the temperature and just gonna simmer it a little bit so it thickens up. So that's what Robin's doing right now. And should be done soon and ready to be put on the tofu. All right, time to pull them out, I guess, and flip them.
Yeah.
This is the tofu. So I'll turn that on. Had to figure out what button was the timer. So, so you're flipping them.
Yeah.
That one doesn't want to come up. Some of them get stuck, I guess.
You're not supposed to use parchment paper. It said just put them on like greased.
Oh, so why didn't you do that?
I don't know. I like to use parchment paper.
Well, that's probably why you don't want to use parchment paper.
Okay.
All right, sometimes you just gotta listen to the directions. All right, so it looks like what we did is you transferred it off the parchment paper because we learned some things. We did something. And it's okay to make mistakes as long as you learn from those mistakes. So we transferred it over to a greased pan without having the parchment paper on there, and we think it's going to do a better job. All right, now the other thing that we're doing is we're doing some salad. And you can see that, and thanks to the fact that we cut our vegetables up beforehand, you can see them all over here. It makes putting together a salad really fast. So we want to make sure we get some raw vegetables in too. It's very, very healthy for you, so that's what we're doing. You can also see from the salads, we try to really get a lot of different diverse colors in the salads too. Like I was talking about earlier, the different colors mean different vegetables, and we have all different types of different vitamins, and we have all different types of vegetables in here too, which really gives us a great nutrient breakdown that's going to be really, really healthy. So you can see it's really a lot of different types of vegetables and a lot of different colors. So that's going to be very healthy.
So now I am generously covering the sides and the top with the glaze that we made.
So you're going to do that obviously to all of them?
Yeah.
So this is kind of what it looks like. If I zoom in a little bit. You sure that's generous? You're being generous enough?
I'll come back.
Okay. All right, looks like you got those almost all covered.
Yeah.
And then you're going to flip them, I guess, and then put more on the other side?
No, first. I turned the oven down to 375.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're going to put them back in for a little while?
For 5 minutes.
Oh, 5 minutes? And then what do you do?
And then I flip them.
Right.
I baste the other side. Put them in for 5 more minutes. And I might have to rescore it a little bit, it says, if they bake back together.
Yeah.
Brush it with more glaze, get into the cuts, bake for 5 minutes, and then I like to scoop the soup. So I'm gonna take it out in 5 minutes, turn it over, make sure the scores are still there, reglaze that side and make sure it gets in the scores, put it back in for 5 more minutes, take it out, it's done, and then just brush it with a little bit more glaze.
All right, sounds good. All right, so it looks like you're flipping them now, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, carrots are done. So you're scoring it some more?
Yeah.
Or just making sure it's scored still?
Yeah.
All right, so now now that you rescored them, you are just putting the rest of the juice on top now?
Yeah.
Finishing it up? The marinade, whatever you call that stuff?
Glaze.
The glaze, right. I knew it was something. All right, I guess those babies go back in for another 5, huh?
Yeah, and then that's pretty much it. And we'll reglaze it a tiny bit.
Okay, and then I guess it's plating everything. All right, so what are you doing now?
I'm putting a tiny bit more glaze on, and then I'm gonna plate it.
All right, so it's done.
Yeah.
All right, all we have to do is plate it and put some carrots on there, and we'll be ready. All right, so now we got the plates all set up. We're gonna give this a try. All right, so you're gonna give it a try, Robin?
Sure.
You let us know what it tastes like?
Yeah. I like it.
All right, so we don't have to go out and get like Impossible Whoppers at Burger King tonight, huh?
Not me.
All right. All right, let's see what this is gonna taste like. I'll take a piece here. It's not too bad. I'll eat it.
Cool. So it's from the website Rabbits and Wolves, and it's like exceptional vegan comfort food done simply.
No, sounds nice. All right, so to stay healthy, we're gonna do a quick workout up here on our rooftop deck, right?
Yeah.
And we'll see how it goes. All right, so as you know, on these weekly vlogs of being plant-based and vegan, I like to just always go over a little bit of something that I found on the internet about the subject. So here's an interesting thing. This is from Good Housekeeping, and it's 30 celebrities you didn't know were vegan. Now maybe you did know they were vegan, maybe not. Some of these I didn't know they were vegan. But before we go into this list, I just want to also mention that Albert Einstein was also vegan. So I think that's pretty interesting that he wasn't, as I always talk about, Arnold Schwarzenegger and Jackie Chan. Tom Brady is mostly that way, some of the Tennessee Titans. So there's a lot of people that are. But I'm just going to go through this list real quick. So Michelle Pfeiffer, we all know who she is, actress. She is a vegan. Ellen Pompeo, and I'm not sure if you know who she is, but she is she plays what's her name? Grey from Grey's Anatomy. So she's the main star of Grey's Anatomy, and so she's vegan. Benedict Cumberbatch, who's been in a lot of movies. He actually played Khan in Wrath of Khan, the new Star Trek movies that came out. But he was also in several movies, even some that were up for Academy Awards. So obviously, very famous actor. Also, Doctor Strange, right? He also plays that role. So anyway, he's obviously a very big actor, but he's also plant-based. Zac Efron, High School Musical, and he's been in other movies, obviously. But he is vegan now. Beyonce, I don't have to say anything about her because we all know who Beyonce is, obviously. But she's vegan. Bill Clinton, so former president of the United States, is vegan. So that's that's one I definitely didn't know. I didn't know that one. Giselle Bundchen, and she's a supermodel. I don't really know her. But she's a model, and she is vegan. Mayim Bialik, I hope I pronounced that right. And I don't know if you know who she is, but she is on The Big Bang Theory, so you might know her from there. But she's vegan as well. Jason Mraz, the singer, he's vegan. And actually, he lives in San Diego, which is interesting because that's the county that I live in. Ellie Goulding, I'm not sure who she is, but let's just see what she is here. It doesn't really say, but anyway, supposedly she's she's famous. Jessica Chastain, now we all know who she is. She's been in several movies. Movie star, and she is vegan. Natalie Portman, obviously we know her. She's been in several movies herself. Very famous actress. So Madonna, I don't have to say much about that because we all know who she is. Great singer. So she's a singer and actress, but she's vegan. I don't know this one. Portia de Rossi, and she's an actress. I think she's an Italian actress, but she is vegan herself. Daryl Hannah, so we all know her. She was in that movie Splash, where she played a mermaid, and she was in other movies too. She's vegan. Ariana Grande, so we all know who she is, the singer. So she is vegan. So just moving on. Alicia Silverstone, so we all know who she is too. She's an actress, and she's vegan as well. Venus Williams, the tennis star. I don't know about her sister, but Venus is vegan. So there you go. Woody Harrelson. This is one that surprised me. I just didn't think he was the kind of person to be vegan, but he's been vegan for a long time. Since he was 24 years old, he's been vegan. So he's been vegan because I think he's like my age. So he's probably been vegan about around 30 years. So that's pretty interesting. Miley Cyrus. That one didn't surprise me. I thought she was vegan. So anyway, we all know who she is. Ellen Page. Not sure who she is actually, but she is vegan. I apologize for not knowing who she is. I'll have to go find out who she is now. Liam Hemsworth, his brother Chris Hemsworth plays Thor in all those Marvel movies, but Liam has been in a bunch of movies himself. And actually, I think I don't know if he's still together with Miley Cyrus or not, but his best friend was Woody Harrelson, and Woody Harrelson is the one who actually kind of got him, and Miley Cyrus actually kind of got Liam to go the vegan way. Kate Mara, she's an actress, and she's vegan. Peter Dinklage, I don't know if you know him, but he's the one who played in Game of Thrones. And one of the interesting things it says in here is, in Game of Thrones, he had to eat meat, right? Because that's what they ate back then. But, he doesn't eat meat because he's vegan. So what they did is they actually, and I'm going to go back and look at some of those. I didn't really watch that series that much, but what they did is they actually made a meat product out of tofu and made it look like meat, and that's what he actually ate when he was eating the food that supposedly it was meat on the scene. So he actually stayed true to being vegan, even though his character had to eat meat in a show, which I thought was pretty cool. Jenna Dwayne Tatum, not sure who she is either. Again, I probably should have looked at some of these, but I'm kind of looking at these at the same time you are. But anyway, I don't know who she is, but I'll go look her up. But you might know who she is. You probably do. Olivia Wilde, so we know that she's an actress, and she is vegan. James Cameron, now he's obviously a very famous producer, and actually he did produce that movie, The Game Changers, that I keep talking about, which is about a lot of elite athletes that have gone plant-based to enhance their athletic performance, which kind of goes against what people thought in the past. Bellamy Young, she was an actress. She was on the TV series Scandal, so that's who she was. She's vegan, just like everyone else I'm reading off the list here. Emily Deschanel, she's an actress too, and she is vegan. Joaquin Phoenix. Now that one, obviously, I think we all know that he is vegan. He's the guy who played the Joker, won an Academy Award for it recently, and he's also a producer of the movie What the Health, which is about going plant-based. Michelle Pfeiffer, I think we all know who she is. Very famous actress, has done tons of movies over the years. So anyway, she's vegan, and that might be it. Oh, I already mentioned Michelle Pfeiffer from the beginning. I guess they rolled it back. So anyway, that's 30 celebrities that I just read, plus Albert Einstein. That's 31. Anyway, and I also mentioned a few others like Arnold Schwarzenegger and those guys. So just pretty interesting. There's a lot of people who have gone this route, and I'm sure there's a lot more than just the 30 there. But if you wanted to look up the article yourself and read about the people, it's under Good Housekeeping. So you can go to goodhousekeeping.com and look up, 30 celebrity vegans, and you'll find the article. Anyway, I just thought that was pretty cool. All right, well, this brings an end to week 10 of our vegan plant-based diet. I'm pretty amazed that we made it this far. I really am, but I don't see us ever going back because I don't really miss the meat, and I'm finding just a lot of great things that come with living like this. I feel better, and I feel younger, actually, which is one of my goals, obviously, from if you watch my videos. But also just, I feel really good for what I'm doing for the animals and for the environment. So I'm going to stick with this, and I'll continue. And I will see you in the next video. Everyone stay safe, please. See ya. If you like this video, please click on the thumbs up button. And also, please subscribe and click on the notification button to get all this great content that's coming up every week. Thank you.